Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Baliti Khatebe and I am your host for Power Circle Conversations. Yay! Okay, so getting right into this one, right? I've been having a bit of a struggle in terms of what video I want to make next. And funny thing, I always write things down, right? So I'm always writing like notes of what exactly I want to every time an idea shows up, or notes on my phone if I can't get to my notepad same time. Like I'm always, um but like I've been going through them and just like also some things I jot down because I want to do more research on them before I can come out and present the information. So it's just, yeah, so I've just been like, so then exactly what am I gonna, so now I decided, over the past week I've been having conversations with people that I've never met before, and just about speaking about almost the same thing with each and every one of them. It always sort of circles around that. And this is the vision board breakfast that I do with ladies at the end of every year. And I've been just, asked questions about why this, why that, and how it happens, and I just decided, you know what, maybe let me just explain it in detail, from my end over here. If it's a conversation that keeps on happening over, the whole week with different people, it's probably something worth speaking about, right? And that actually happens to me a lot. I always have a themed week. Every week that I get into, there'll always be a conversation that, or something that just circles around that whole thing for that week, and then that will pass or like calm down for a bit, and then I'll get into another week, and I always have, I don't know why that happens, but it happens. Okay, so this time I decided, okay, you know what? Let me not like blow my brains and just stick to what I've been speaking about right now, because clearly my spirit be vibing with that information at the moment. And yeah, the ladies vision board breakfast workshop that I do at the end of the year. So history behind this whole event. I'm with a friend on vacation in 2018 December, and when we left Joburg going there, we actually bought notepads and pens, and decided when we get there, Vele, we want to like write down ideas and just sync ourselves nicely planning into the new year. We're both people that do vision boards generally. She always makes vision boards herself. I always do it myself. Mood boards, something recently I heard from her. Mood boards, yeah, this whole thing, we work with pictures in our brains, right? So many times we do find ways to take pictures and put them like in front of us so that we don't forget what we're trying to get to. So this is the idea we have with friends. We're like, oh man, you know what, it would be nice to have other ladies, and let's sit with them and grow with them and show them what we know, and let's just create this whole thing together. And so we decide 2019 was our first event. 2019, 2020, 2021. Yeah, 2019. We do it together. It rocks. It like becomes really amazing, really cute, on point, everything we wanted. Obviously, because it's the first time you're doing something, there will be a lot to learn from and to grow around. So it won't be as perfect. Also, working in a partnership for the first time, it does get a bit confusing in terms of like, this is where I stand and this is where you stand and this is where we merge, and like, all of that. If you're doing something for the first time, it's bound to be a little confusing somewhere. We then decide, after that first event, I asked friend, can I continue with this whole thing on my own? And friend, I don't have a problem with that. And then that's what happened going forward with the following event in 2020 and the other one that I did then in 2021. Nothing snacks about that, okay? Because my 2021 event was planned by a friend and me still, even though the only one we did together was back in 2019. So nothing weird about it. 2019, no, that was 2019's one, ne? 2020, I'm doing the event for the first time alone. It's a little difficult-ish, that's where you start to realize that really two is better than one. In some things, it really helps for you to not feel the pressure on certain things, because you know you can count on someone, or you know. So when now it's the first time I'm doing everything on my own. My main issue with how that happened, or what happened with that event, I really was in an awkward space in my life at that time, like emotionally, I guess. And also I listened to too many voices on how it should work and what should happen with the event, that a lot of things went right, but there's a lot of important, like not even a lot, but like a few really significant things that happened or needed to happen with the events that didn't go the way that I wanted it to go, because I did not listen to myself, and I didn't listen to the vision that I had for the event, which is one of the things that I find to be so important. I am one of the people that, like, if anyone comes to me and tells me about an idea that they have, I will always say that is brilliant. Like, go ahead. What are you thinking? How do we break it down? What are you trying to do with it? Grow it, make it happen. How are you gonna do it? You know, even if it's confusing to me, because I know what it's like to have a vision and a plan and this vivid, colorful, beautiful thing in my brain, and say it out loud and it sounds weird to the next person. And having tried and doing that and realizing that to other people it doesn't sound so great, from there I learned that really everyone has this big purpose for their own lives, and everyone has something so great about them that nobody else has. Everyone has something that they're supposed to be doing that nobody else can do the way that they do it. You know what I mean? Like, we can all be doing the same thing, but one of us in doing the same thing was really truly meant to be doing it, and it will show in their work that this one was meant to be doing this, and it's showing in their work, it's showing in the success of it. And that's, I just always believe it. So if someone comes to me and they have an idea that they might be doubting, but they feel safe enough to say it out loud to me, I don't feel I have the right to downplay that moment. I don't feel I have the right to tear it down or to doubt it. I think it's very important that as people, when you hear somebody else say, this is what I think would be great, usually when people downplay what they're thinking, they usually are actually quite passionate about what they're saying. They just don't know how they're going to receive, you know, or what information they're going to get from you. So let's downplay it just a bit. Whereas really they know that this can work out so nice. But that's the thing, it's so difficult to explain to other people something that is a dream, that is a passion, that is really beautiful and colorful in your brain. It's difficult to explain that color to somebody else. And it's not that other person's fault, because that dream is not meant for them. They have their own that they need to grow and nurture. And you know, we just don't have to be forcing our dreams to be on other people and then deciding we don't want to do something about it because the next person didn't think it's that great. No, we're not supposed to be doing that, because they're not supposed to be thinking it's that great. Like, it's great if they do think it is, but it's not their fault. It's not their dream. You know, what are you doing taking your dreams to other people and hoping they better like it enough for you before you decide to do something about it? What you doing? No. So I'm digressing. Where was I going? What had happened was, all I'm trying to say is I had a plan, I had a dream, I had a real love for this thing, and I let too many things come inside, or like too many voices take over, because I kind of was a bit doubtful, and also because maybe I wasn't in like a great space emotionally. I misplaced things around, so I didn't take control of it, you know, properly, and never again shall that happen. But I guess that needed to happen in order for me to see that I really do have something solid over here, and I can't take it out there and expect the next person to see it as passionately as I see it, or as detailed as I see it. If we're going to be listening to external factors or voices, then let's listen with understanding that they're not us. And also dissect what you can take and what you're not going to take without feeling bad about it. Okay? Another thing is, I knew giving up was not an option. That was the only thing I was 100% sure of. Like, there's a friend of mine that actually showed up to the event, and she's like, "You look tired." Like, yeah, I think she told me afterwards. Yeah, she's just like, "You look so tired." And really, I mean, yeah, but I think it was just also taking on too much and not feeling as confident as I know I can, because I didn't do things according to the assignments that has been placed in my heart. So we learn from that situation, and we don't make those mistakes again. It worked out so well. There's so much extra detail, and so many like different conversations that I had leading towards that specific, the second event, that helped me, do better. For then the third one, which was pretty cute. I liked this one. Yeah, I liked this one. The pictures were great. The human beings were great. The conversations were cute. Like, everything just came together nicely. It was really nice. It reminded me of the first one that we did, and what, the heart was pumping like that. So yeah, so now I want to like sort of explain like the whole idea around this whole thing, right? That was the history of it. I hope I explained it properly, y'all catch it. But anyway, so far I've just done 3 events, and I'm going to be doing many more. Many more. What I love about what's been going on with it as well is that I have not done it the same way every year. Yeah, I just haven't done it the same way, which to me shows growth from one place to another. One thing I cannot stand is being stagnant. I hate being stagnant. I cannot be it doesn't sit right with me to be stagnant. So I can't do the exact same thing the exact same way in I just can't do it. So for me to look back and see that the first one went this way, and the second one went this way, and the third one went this way, and I'm just like, okay, the fourth one going, this is what's going to happen. This is how we're going to make it better. This is how. I like going through all of those motions. So you're going to see me look down a few times because I wrote down some notes that I'm trying not to forget. Also, I do realize that I kind of do digress, especially when I'm speaking about something that I really like so much, including this situation. One of the points that I want to discuss properly is the gender and why. So I've been asked about this actually, like, yeah, every time I do this event, I get messages from men asking why or when I'm going to do one for them as well. So the gender is women only. I do for ladies only. And why I do that is because I think it would be really nice, and I think it's very important for women to step away or to just look at themselves from the outside of themselves. So most of the times, women have so many hats. They are sisters, they are mothers, they are, breadwinners, they are cousins, they are this, they are boss ladies, they are yazini, good corporate, good side hustle, good this, good that. And there's a lot of that, and it's so easy to find it very important to focus on all of this. It's very easy to find it very important to focus on making sure the kids are good, and then make sure that the partner is good, and then make sure that the home is good, and then make sure that the mom is good, and then make sure that, the boss is satisfied, and make sure that this is, everything is just working out. And it does become a bit difficult to come back and center what do I want. And I work with women only. I'm literally seeing different women every day, all the time, and having different conversations with them all the time. And I could pick up how difficult it is to come back and say, this is what I want. Because every time you ask, what do you want? It's, I want my kids to go to a better school. Okay, what do you want? I want my, job to like move from this place to that place so that my boss just doesn't get like iffy like that again. Okay, what do you want? I want like, so that the people that I'm providing for back home, let them make sure that they finish varsity properly. And what do you want? What do you want? What do you specifically, you for yourself, like for yourself, what do you want? And then after a long conversation, do you catch on that I'd actually like to be healthier? Oh, okay, so how are you gonna work around that? Ooh, I haven't thought about it. Because when I think about me being healthier, I'm thinking about changing my diet, and then how's it gonna affect the rest of my family? It's gonna affect okay, no, let's just focus on making sure that the rest of the family is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong. The fact that we have all of these hats means it is possible. We can handle it. It's just that coming back and centering yourself then becomes difficult if all you're thinking about is out there, right? So that's what I felt was important with ladies, that like, can we sit and just like center ourselves? Another thing that made me choose ladies is, I guess, also because I relate, right? And it would be easier to be like, big sisters, come, let's sit and talk. What I loved about our very first event was the diversity, even of ages, of work, like careers, everything. All dynamics was just so different. There was married, there was with kids, there was one with no kids, there was one in school, there was one in a job, there was one in a job and side hustle, there was one in side hustle only, like, and in the age differences were also just like all over the place, which was like freaking cool because we were able to all interact. And there was a lot of validation that came out of that, as women we're able to be like, oh, you're actually doing great. As, a 20-something-year-old that is also a parent, and you think you're not pulling it together, you're on point. You know what I mean? You're also doing great as a mom. My goodness, this and that, this is how you think. Wow, that's powerful. It was just nice to have those conversations. And yeah, that's what I want for ladies, for them to be able to see that you can sit around other women and find them to think that you are bomb. Yes. And even better if they're strangers. They just randomly met you today and they were just like, who this lady is it. It's nice to have that environment. And that's what I wanted to create for my sisters. Number 2 is the number. So initially, even when we started with a friend, we said that we wanted 10 people. And I don't want to go past that at the moment. I do think growth, obviously, I told you, stagnant situations are just difficult for my brain. I don't like doing that. But the number 10 is just amazing for me. I don't want to take more people than that at the current moment with the vision that I have. Why I do that is because of the conversations and the intimacy of the whole thing. The more I grow in what I'm trying to do in my own space, and the more I feel like I can handle a bigger group while still maintaining the intimacy, then I will take on the bigger group and maintain the intimacy, because that's what I want. I want it to still feel like sisters just bumped into each other and they gelled and it worked out, right? And the different personalities, they were able to survive amongst each other, and they were able to empower each other. They were able to make them, make each other feel really good and stuff like that. I also just liked the idea of women getting together without getting together for the purpose of going to groove. Like, especially because generally as women, we are so influenced by what's going on social media. Like, guys don't have that type of social media pressure like we do. We have a lot of social media pressure. And it's like, if you're supposed to go out with another girl, you need to plan your outfit with your whole salary so that you can sit at a place that is like really expensive and just blow your whole budget on one bottle of water. And like, it just gets so difficult because social media just makes everything look unattainable. So I just wanted the idea of, let's be in a pretty place that you can get up and decide to look nice and pretty to make you feel confident and go and sit with other women that have the same intention of just a calm situation. So we're not getting up to look nice and pretty so that we can go out to groove, because not not everyone feels that vibe. It's just not fun for every single person, and then it can end up being like there's no need for me to be doing that for myself because I've got nowhere to go. So in this event, photography is going to be there, the place that you're going to be at is going to be nice and neat and cute, and so then show up. But the show up is showing up for yourself, and you show up for yourself in your most comfortable way, not in a way like I've been in a situation where I was trying to go to groove with a friend, and groove is so exhausting. Wow. But it works sometimes, it's a good idea. I'm not canceling it out. But like, I was trying with a friend, and we just ended up not going in because from the gate, from like the entrance outside, we saw people's outfits and we're like, dog, this is not our vibe. We're so calm. We're introverted people just trying to be outside of the house. And this amount of work, of face work and clothing work is just so, wow, that's a lot. Can't we just like feel like ourselves and be in an environment that just wants to cater for the fact that I just want to be me and relax and have what I want to have, and it's okay, without it being like, why is she having a fruit cocktail in a place where we're supposed to be buying really expensive bottles? Like, I don't feel like it. I buy an expensive bottle and sit with it in my house on the couch alone, and that's, I forget about it. That's also okay, right? So I wanted the idea of women going out, waking up in the morning and making themselves look bomb, to actually go out, but they know they're going out to a place where they can just like really just be comfortable and not feel like they're supposed to show up as anything too extra, or I don't know, anything like that. I'm rambling, but I feel like whoever's listening understands what I'm trying to say, man. Let's just not make this getting up and looking good thing so difficult, because social media really makes it so difficult. Like, it's difficult to find someone on social media that is influencing what personally you are about, especially if you are an introverted woman that is comfortable with the fact that you're just not the type to go out often, or you actually really like the fact that you're a wife and a mom and you have a career. Like, you like that those things are a priority to you, and now social media is full of, you need to make sure you're taking 15-week vacations to like really exotic places, and then it's just like, yo, we just make things so difficult, so it's nice to just bring people to the idea that whoever you are is good enough, and there's a place for every single person, every single woman. Yeah. Okay, that was the number, ne? Yeah, I digressed. Okay. Now I'm trying to get to the time and the date of the event and why. Okay, so I made this for breakfast because I also like the fact that breakfast time is just not crowded. It's usually a safe space still. If you're just going to be with a small group of people and you are in a open space, you are in a place that is, how do I put it? You are in public. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Why is it so difficult? I don't know. But you are in public and with people that you don't know, yes, but it's intimate. So, and also there's not a lot of traffic. So it still makes it comfortable enough for everyone to open up. Because things like vision boards are actually quite, that's another intimate thing. You know what I mean? That's another, dear to your heart type of thing. And just to feel like you're in a public place and you really, really are in a loud public place makes it difficult, firstly, to want to have constructive conversation, and secondly, to want to show what you feel is near and dear to your heart in picture form to the other people around you. So breakfast time is really it's quiet. People don't know they can go to restaurants for breakfast. I think they don't know, because I do it often, all the time, because most of the time there's hardly anyone around that time. At breakfast time at restaurants, there's hardly anyone, which is great for me because then I get to be out in public and alone. I like that. Also, I feel like because we're doing something that is so important, it would be really great to do it very early in the morning. We have breakfast, a nice light breakfast, but then from there you can still continue with the rest of your day and the rest of the activities that you have for the day. The women that I've been seeing come to the event are busy people, and I'm not trying to call them out to a vibe or like something that is exhausting or anything. I'm trying to call them out to something that is motivating and that strengthens them. I'm trying to call them out to a place where they're going to meet other people who they realize they can actually influence and have an impact on somebody else, because that makes you feel good about yourself. And that means I'm trying to call them out to a place that's going to help them feel good about themselves. You see the vision? This thing is going to be big. It's going to be big. I'm so excited about it. I'm excited. So last year I had the opportunity to work at a school and to teach kids how to create a vision board. I initially wanted grade 6s and 7s, and then I got to the school and there was grade 1s to grade 10. Yeah. And I just ended up compartmentalizing everything. And my sister was there. She was 9 years old at that time. She's turning 10 this year. And yeah, decided to be like, out on the corner and not be a part of it. But she was there because I like taking her everywhere I go. Today, she tells me that, are you going to, actually in the morning, she'll ask me, when are you going to be having a vision board workshop at a school again? I'm just like, I don't know. The last time the idea, somebody approached me about it and I was okay with it. So I went, So I just haven't figured out how I'm going to be doing that again, I guess. And she said, okay. She left it at that. In the afternoon, she came back to me again. She's like, so about you going to school and doing a vision board workshop, where's your head at on that? And I was just like, now I'm confused because I feel like I'm repeating myself again. No, I'm going to do it. I don't know, actually. I don't know. It was brought to me and I liked it and I wanted to do it, and that's what happened. And she's like, oh, okay, because the next time you do it, I want to participate. I realized that there's a lot of things that I see that I want to achieve and I would like to put it on my vision board. And yeah, and I was like, I like it when, and I think it's every parent's dream. Fine, it's my sister. Let me not jump to the parent area, but like I hang with a lot of parents, right? So I think it's just so amazing or fulfilling as a parent for you to try to instill something important in your young one and find that like there's that one day where they just come back to you and they're like, I finally get it. Like I grasped the information that you were trying to give to me or to plant in my heart. It's like when I've been talking to her about prayer and next thing we're talking about our conversations in prayer and I'm seeing this girl gets it. She gets it. She's, she understands the core of why we do what we do. And, because we don't want to force our kids to be doing what we want or what we think is right. Obviously, we grew to understand certain things. So we're trying to make them grow to understand things or to see things certain ways. So it's nice to see them finally like, yes, I get it. That was exciting. I don't know why I got to that. How did I get to that? Oh well, the time, covered it in the morning. That's why the date. Why I keep it at the end of the year is because I feel like at the end of the year we have a small sense of accomplishment. I've really gone through this whole year and I'm about to go into another one. We have a sense of reality. I've had so much happening this year, but we don't have a really big sense of failure. We're also excited about the December month, which is holiday season, and so it's like I still have something to look forward to. It's all of the subconscious detail, honestly. Subconsciously, yeah, excited about all of this that you get to look forward to, the festive season and the holiday season, not being at work and just taking a bit of a vacation time to yourself, all of that. And Yeah, so but then there's still the sense of reality of what you've been through over the whole year, and the fact that you have another one ahead of you, and that other one ahead of you is a blessing. You have the sense of understanding that you want to do things differently from what you did now going into the next one, right? If we did it in the middle of December, I feel, well, I got the sense that there might also be too much excitement. Bonuses came in, all of that. So it's so much easier to see yourself do a whole lot more without thinking about it realistically. You're seeing people that you haven't seen in a while. A lot of things are on sale. Everything is just so colorful everywhere. Like, everything is just so accessible. You have a lot more time than you did the whole year. All of that. So your space in your brain is just like so big, so vivid, so excited that it might be difficult to make realistic goals. The beginning of the year starts. You have to get back into the workspace. You have to get back to reality, whatever your reality may be. You have to step back into it and find your groove around it again. And then you may realize that that goal was a bit too big. And then you start thinking that was, not that it was too big, but like it was not thought through enough for you to actually be able to achieve it, or for you to be able to see yourself achieving it step by step. Then you start to throw away the whole goal. Whereas that's not the idea. Don't throw away the whole goal. Just change the strategy. Change the way that you're going to be achieving that dream. That's just it. So middle of December, it just gets too colorful, and you might just get unrealistic with yourself when you're trying to create a plan. Really early in the year is also a tricky one, because there's a very good chance of feeling like a failure. You came into the year, you were really excited, and then something start getting a bit shaky. And if you're going to start writing your goals around the area where you're feeling like a failure, there is a good chance, nothing 100% that way, hear me out, but there is a good chance of you deciding not to dream big enough and just sticking to, can I just pay rent? That's all I'm trying to say. Like, all I'm trying to put on my vision board is paying rent. And like, no, don't do that to yourself. So we don't want that as well, where you're now just making it too small because you're hurt over what has been happening over the first new weeks of the year. So that's why I decided to do it when I'm doing it. But yeah, that's all I was trying to tell you guys when it comes to the vision board breakfast that I do with ladies. I hope that one day I get the chance to be working more intensely with men, because I have this beautiful vision of guys doing really well for themselves, and then dealing with like maybe teenage brothers, and now they have older brothers to look up to, and then kids, and now they have older brothers and uncles to look up to, because everybody's just nice and wholesome and has dealt with themselves. And I feel like men have so much pressure on them, and nowhere to go. And I'd love to step into that space and see, how we can work around it. But that's a chat for another day. That's a passion again for another day. And yeah, we'll see. But that's what's been going on with the vision board breakfast for ladies that I do at the end of the year. And that's the reason behind it, my vision behind it. And yeah, I hope you understand and you get where I'm coming from. Also, if you can comment, please make sure that you do comment, give me feedback. I grow from feedback. And these events are also going to do so much better from your feedback. And yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, if I have something else, I'll tell you another day, honey. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please do like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.